You want to get drunk with the guys that are going to laugh and joke with you and break your balls, because that's what comics do. We have really dark sense of humor, a very dark sense of humor. Like you give us a mass shooting, and our reaction is the same as everyone else's. Oh my God! But then literally right after, oh my God, oh I thought of something.
Yeah, well,
that's how our brains go.
Well, how else are you going to deal with those horrible things? You know, I mean, you can tell if you've had a traumatic occurrence in your past when you've got over it, when you can make a joke out of it. Like, I listen to my daughter talk sometimes about her health trouble when she was a teenager, and like, she can use black humor to make the people that she's talking with laugh about it, and that's a sign that it's being dealt with. And thank God we've got humor to deal with catastrophe, because what the hell else are we going to use?
Yeah,
you can rise above it then.
And I think that's the problem with this whole cancel culture thing, is that they don't give you the opportunity to look at it the right way. They want you to, it's a very interesting place we're in, because people are screaming tolerance, and you need to accept this and you need to accept that. But at the same time, if you're really preaching tolerance, then they need to accept that these people are going to need time to accept your wishes. You're going to have to, there's gonna have to be an exchange here. It can't just be you say you do this and you accept that and that's the way it is, and then we go okay. No, that's not tolerance.
Well, and it'd be a real shame if we continue to destroy the people we have that are talented just because they make a mistake, especially comedians, because they're going to make a mistake. How can you not go too far if you're always trying to get, because if you're going to say something funny, you have to be 1 millimeter away from being offensive. And the closer you can get to that, the funnier you are. And everyone knows it, because they know that there you are out on a limb, taking a risk. You want to go, oh my God, I can't believe that he just said that. And you laugh and you think, oh, it's so good that he just said that, because it means it's acceptable. And you're going to go too far sometimes. And
it's funny for me is I'm performing here in these red states now, and I'm not a political guy at all. I don't understand politics. I don't understand either side. But I do this joke about Donald Trump, and it has nothing to do with politics. But as soon as I said, one night I was in Houston, I said, the reason I don't trust Donald Trump, these 3 girls got to go, fuck you. And they left. I go, you didn't even hear what I was going to say.
Of course, that's kind of a demonstration of why you didn't trust him.
Yeah, well, I said the reason I don't trust him is because he does this when he talks. I don't trust people that do this, because the only time you see that in your real life is when something is wrong. Like, hey, man, you got that money you owe me? So it's almost got this negative connotation. I'm not going to finish the joke, but you get the idea.
It was good while it was going.
But they didn't wait for that part. That's the thing is, so a lot of people just jump to these conclusions because they can't seem to think that anybody else thinks differently than they do. So we're breeding a whole generation of narcissists.
It's not just, I swear though, coming from the younger generation, I don't think it's just us. Now, it's certainly worse at my level, and I think it gets worse the younger you get.
Right.
You peaking at maybe 20 or 21. Right. But people's opinions that are older have also changed. It's not like everybody who's older is immune to this. There are a lot of people who are older that are also perpetuating it.
Absolutely. It's a double-edged sword, but we got to live so much longer without that, and now we're getting into that. Whereas these kids are growing up with it, so it starts much younger. I liken it to music, you know what I mean? And when, for example, I was a big hip hop head growing up, and I've produced hip hop documentaries, and I'm very involved in the hip hop world. But I was part of it because it was this brand new thing when I was a kid. It had just started, and it was like you had to discover it and you had to find it. It just wasn't readily available. And I think that's something like with the punk rock scene and the new wave scene. Everything was so new when I was a kid that we were all trying to figure it out and grow with it. So I always say that hip hop gave me my attitude and my way of thinking and the reason I am the being I am today. And now you got these kids that grow up and hip hop is just there. So it's not something they ever discovered. It was just there, and that's why it got watered down to what it is now. And it's the same thing with the social media. You're going to have, you got girls in their 20s now that are selling their pictures on OnlyFans for $5 a month, naked pictures of themselves. And then it's going to trickle down to like kids in their early teens now that are going to be skinning themselves out on Instagram, and that's where the parents need to step in and go, that's not the kid I'm raising.
Spoken like a true old man.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you did a good job with your daughter. You know what I mean? I plan to do a good job with my daughter.